Hey everyone, it's Yusuf for Video Game Plot Summaries, and today we're going to look at Prince of Persia 2, The Warrior Within. This game was made in 2004. It is pretty interesting because it took such a strong pivot from a young prince trying to court a princess that he just enslaved to whatever the hell is this edgelord, hair is always wet, emo prince who has no relationship thing is. I'm pretty sure it's the same prince, but the story from the first one was pretty final. So as I bought this one, I was like, how is this one gonna continue the story? So let's see about that, shall we? We begin with the prince running away from shadows, it seems.
We shall respond in kind! Reef the mainsail! Bring us closer to the wind.
Oh, okay, he was sleeping. Bring us closer to the wind. I'm not a sailor, nor have I been the captain of anything, but you're in a storm and it looks pretty violent. You're not close to the wind already? Man, this game's already starting off great. I mean, he's the prince, so now he's a qualified captain? Or he just hired a crew and he's spouting off commands not really knowing anything? I imagine that the guy he just talked to was mumbling about how stupid he is under his breath the moment he left. Bruv, we literally just told you that we should sail around this storm an hour ago when we saw it coming. Now that we're in the middle of a storm, you give a crap? Get us closer to the wind. Bruh, this rain is at a 45-degree angle. That's not windy enough?
Reef the mainsail!
Reef these knots. Alright, that's the best angry accent I got. That's the best I can. Yeah. Pretty soon, the prince and his crew get creeped up on by a black stealth boat, apparently.
Ready your weapons!
Whoa, 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 whoa. So here's the thing. I normally play video games so that I don't feel the need to pause the game and then run off to my computer on some Rule 34 stuff. Now, I understand this game is going for all the edge that can possibly edge, but... And this is a big cold rain striking your cheeks when you were just dry downstairs, but... This squishy booty is pretty dang unnecessary. Also, oddly enough, squishy booty only makes its appearance in the CGI cutscenes. The in-engine cutscenes are a little bit more tasteful, which kind of kills the whole go hard or go home concept it looks like it was going for. You can take that last sentence however you want. Anyway, I've managed to talk more than the cutscene is long, so let me go ahead and step aside.
Kill him.
So from there, we go through your basic cinematic tutorial until we finally see Homegirl in her battle armor bikini. At least you had a chance to change, I guess.
You will never reach our shores alive.
For your sake, you better hope I don't.
Why does she care so much about the prince making it to their shores? Is this the Coast Guard? I guess that's one way to keep immigrants out of your country. Anyway, Captain Coochie and the prince have a nice fencing session, and the captain gives the prince a nice cut for the captain's license pick. For when he actually becomes a captain, that is.
You bitch!
Yeah, she's a bad guy.
It seems the Empress overestimated your ability.
The Empress?
Damn, she comboed the shit out of him. We do a flashback to where the prince is talking to the villain from the last game, I think. He sure looks like that guy.
And what if I could reach this island?
They say the Maharaja found portals there, where one could pass backwards through time.
Back through time. To the birthplace of the sands.
Alright, a quick disclaimer. The problem that I have with time-driven narratives is that they always fall apart at the end. When I do plot summaries and the story is pretty cut and dry, the plot summary is pretty cut and dry. However, when it comes to stories like this, it's hard for me to follow while I'm playing the game, so I will do a little bit more explanation than usual if something to me doesn't make sense. Obviously, we're off to a great start because this intro is all about the flashbacks.
Something terrible happened when our army traveled to the Maharaja's palace.
You found the sands of time.
Worse, I opened them.
Whosoever shall open the sands must die.
I was forced to kill those I fought beside. Those I had loved.
But now an unstoppable beast chases you.
Congratulations, you just saw a flashback within a flashback. So, the prince messed with the timeline in the first game by reversing time and resetting it so that we were at the beginning of the game. The prince was the only one who knew what happened throughout the game, so that leads me to believe that this guy he's talking to really is the villain from the last game who doesn't know the prince, because all of that memory was erased when the prince reset the timeline back to the beginning. Apparently the prince was supposed to die somewhere in there. It never looked like he was in any peril whatsoever because he had the dagger of time. But since he didn't die somewhere in there, he became basically a time fugitive who is being hunted by a time bounty hunter named the Dahaka. So the prince's logic is that he needs to use the sands to go back in time to stop the sands from being made. Because using the sands to go back in time to stop himself from activating the sands in the hourglass failed. So somehow doing the exact same thing but further back in time is supposed to change whether or not the Dahaka wants to kill him? That's not sound logic, but I don't see any other option if you want to live. Okay, another tangent. According to Wait, Ozzy Dahaka is a dragon? It's a dragon. According to Wikipedia, the Dahaka is the king of sins in the religion of Zoroastrianism, which is a lot of where the Prince of Persia takes its lore from. Also, it's a religion that predates Christianity, and a religion that some people claim Christianity took a lot of its cues from, which I can't judge. The really cool thing about other religions where you praise gods is that these people that follow those religions don't need to make up superheroes. Now, for Christians, we need superheroes in human form like Jesus, Superman, Spider-Man, the Fantastic Four, and the X-Men. If you follow Hinduism or Zoroastrianism, Greek mythology, or something like that, the stories are already freaking awesome because they have superheroes in the religion that have vulnerabilities and stuff. And obviously, if you're a member of that religion, it's a little bit more serious for you. But as a Christian who's pretty much objectively on the fringe, the best we can do is Jesus, Samson, Noah, David. These guys are okay, but then you look over to other religions and the artwork that is inspired by these types of gods is epic. The artwork inspired by Jesus is pretty lame in comparison, you have to admit. Also, I'm a little confused as to how changing water into wine counts as a miracle. All it did was help everybody get drunk. That to me is not very special. You know what also changes water into wine? Going to the damn store and coming back with wine. I'm supposed to think it's a damn miracle because you enabled a bunch of alcoholics? Yeah, that really saves the world. Anyway. I'm sorry for these tangents, y'all. I'm not sorry enough to take them out, but it's an interesting thought that I had to get off my brain. Get to the stupid plot already! So the prince wakes up on the shore after being comboed off the ship to find out that he don't have no swords. He gets to the gate and Captain Coochie tries to ambush him, which is fine because that helps him get a sword. At least he knows he's at the right place. Wow. Now he's got a sword and a stick. He follows Captain Coochie into a room where he witnesses her time leap.
Madness! What magic is this?
Of course, it's Prince of Persia, so you know that the prince makes it through hella traps because he's chasing a woman. So now the prince is in the past. At one point, he catches up only to find a shadowy figure looming off in the distance, and Captain Coochie fighting another vixen.
You! Help me!
It is as they say. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Leave her alone! You and I have unfinished business.
I don't know what's going on with the other woman's head during this fight sequence, but it's hilarious.
Wait! I seek an audience with the Empress.
The Empress meets with no one. Who do you think you are?
I am the Prince of Persia.
I see. Today is a very important day. She cannot be disturbed.
I don't think you understand how important this is.
Don't you know? You cannot change your fate.
You cannot change your fate. Was she speaking to me? How could she know my mission? will find my way to you!
No, Prince. Leave this place and never return. The Empress has no love for the world we made. She will kill you if she learns of your presence.
And so, the prince goes from chasing one pretty woman to another one. Now that the route is blocked off to the second pretty woman, the prince has to go back to the future where there is a possible route available for him. He does so, but in doing this, he also runs into the Dahaka.
The Dahaka. It has found me here.
Seriously? Oh goodness.
Watch this. Cannot cross the water. This is certain to come in handy.
It would be nice if they explained why the Dahaka has an aversion to water. It would certainly give the prince a little respite from the Dahaka should he decide to stay his ass on the boat. So then, after that, he goes back to the past and then runs into that shadowy figure again.
What kind of beast is this?
The prince gets through all of that stuff and then has the path to a throne room. He finds the pretty chick again.
This is a dangerous place. You should not have come back.
I don't have the luxury. I must see the Empress.
You don't understand. When the last grain falls from this hourglass, the Empress will create the sands of time. No business of yours could be more important than that.
I have come to stop the Empress from creating the sands.
The creation of the sands was foretold in the timeline. It cannot be stopped.
I just saved your life. Twice. All I'm asking for is some information. Tell me where the sands will be created.
In there. But the room has been sealed. You cannot enter.
There must be a way.
She proceeds to tell him that he needs to activate the gate in one tower and then turn on the water to supply power to the gate in another tower. Then she gives him a sword that doubles as a key so that he can access the paths to both of these towers. When I'm playing the games like this, I always forget why I'm doing certain things. I just follow the pathways and pull levers until cutscenes happen to confirm that I'm on the right path. So the prince goes back and forth through time and turns on the water. Then he heads back to the Empress for the good old I told you so.
Oh, it's you.
You seem surprised to see me.
Surprised only that you insist on prolonging the inevitable.
Why did you help me?
I don't know. I guess half because you remind me of the Empress, or who I wish she could be.
What do you mean?
Like you, she knows her own fate. She has seen it in the timeline. But where you fight it, she has submitted. She accepts it.
And you wish she would fight her fate like me?
Maybe it would give her something to live for.
You said that was only half the reason. What's the other half?
I have known my whole life that what is written in the timeline cannot be changed. Yet something inside me wants you to succeed.
And do you think I will?
No. But I admire you for trying.
Thank you. Your name. I haven't even asked your name. I've been so...
It's... Kylina. You should go. The hourglass is more than half empty.
By the way, I'm not cutting her off in the editing. The remaster of the game is doing that. It seems that Kylina knows a lot about this Empress, huh? But she's probably not the Empress. Why would you even think that? So the prince opens up another pathway and heads to the gear tower, where he runs into a big gear tower guardian.
Oh. Alright then. That works.
While in the clock tower, he spots the shadowy guy again.
What do you want from me?
Up and up and up and up, in the present and in the past, until the prince finally gets to the one lever that activates everything. So with both of Kylina's missions done, the prince heads back to have more witty banter with the well-endowed one.
Dahaka. It has learned to find me in the past. I don't have time for this.
Wait, what the hell was that all about? Well, the prince doesn't seem to give a crap, and he just keeps moving forward. He's more interested in his own mission than the witty banter. Once he gets there, Kylina joins him, and he tries to woo her back to Babylon. I mean, there's always room in his harem for another woman such as this one.
Come with me to Babylon. You'll have a chance to begin a new life, free from the evils of this place.
I'm sorry, Prince, but I cannot take you up on your offer.
I like how the camera keeps cutting to the prince in these reaction shots where he just looks constipated. The prince finally goes into the room he opened.
Where is the Empress? Where are the sands? What are you doing? You've trapped us in here!
I am sorry, Prince, but only one of us can cheat fate today.
You are the Empress!
Wait, Kylina is actually the Empress? No way! Yo, can we take a second to recognize the prince's voice actor's line delivery on that one? He really sounds surprised. He's all like, you're the Empress!
You are the Empress!
I told you to leave, and yet you kept coming back. I began to wonder. If you could change your fate, perhaps I could change mine.
So the two battle for fate and destiny. I mean, when you think about it, the prince is only trying to save his own life after he took place in taking over a city to give as a gift to his dad's friend. The story paints him out to be a hero, but really he is doing nothing for anyone but himself.
I had hoped the Dahaka would kill you. I had hoped Shadi would keep you from the island, or the towers would finish you off. I even cursed the sword I gave you, and yet you did not die!
Why would you do this?
I've already done it. I have foreseen my future to die in your hands. But like you, I've decided to change it!
They fight and end it off samurai showdown style.
I mean you no harm, Kylina. But I must finish this!
You are a fool, Prince! No matter what you do, you still fail! Just as I have tried, and just as I have failed.
I am sorry, Kylina. must return to the present.
Yeesh, so much drama. Well, that's a good place to end it off for this week. I think the prince is really stupid. I mean, he goes to the island of sands so that he can go against fate and save his life and keep the Dahaka from eating him up. When he gets to the island, his main objective is to meet up with the Empress so that he can work out a way with her to change his fate. He talks to this woman who he doesn't know is the Empress, who is talking for the Empress, and letting him know that the Empress wants to change her fate as well. Then when he finds out that she's the Empress, and that her fate was that she needed to kill him, instead of helping her work against her fate, and thus him stopping fate for both of them, he decides to do exactly what fate says will happen, and then he expects some different outcome. Anyway, maybe I'm wrong. This game ain't over yet. I would like to thank you guys for watching this video and liking and subscribing and commenting, whether it's a good comment or a bad comment. I'm here for all of it. And like I say before, and I think I'm going to keep saying this, you guys freed me like Neo freed Agent Smith. See you next week. Peace.